Hello and welcome everyone to our 29th podcast, webcast, call it the way you like, about foundation in practice. I'm joined this morning, almost as is courtesy, by Kat Zagati. Kat, good morning.
Good morning, Ian.
And what we are going to talk about today, which is very topical with a number of foundation having been set up by clients, and they will come to us and ask, what is the workflow of a council meeting? What do I need to do before, during, after? So we thought that we would take some of this knowledge, repackage it, and discuss it together with our resident expert. So Kat, let's kick it off right away. Can a principal, a patriarch that actually sets up that foundation, keep control as part of a foundation of a council?
Yeah, definitely. So the principal and the members of his family can be appointed as council members and be directly involved in the day-to-day management of the foundation.
Okay, so how does it work? What are the circumstances in which council members are required to meet?
Mhm. So basically, anything that needs to be decided by the foundation will require a meeting of the council members. For instance, the council members are required to meet in case of acquisition of any assets by the foundation, or in case of change of the foundation members, like the guardian, the members of the council, and the beneficiaries, or review of their powers and rights as well.
Yep.
And also when the foundation's accounts are to be reviewed and approved.
So you mentioned a meeting. Who can trigger that meeting taking place?
Mhm. The meeting may be triggered by the council members as part of their daily management of the foundation's affairs,
Yep.
or by the founder in case he has reserved powers, for instance, powers to add or exclude members of the foundation, or in case the founder wishes to donate assets to the foundation.
Okay, clear. So are there any formalities to follow, to be undertaken prior to that council meeting taking place?
Yes, there are. So all council members must be formally invited for the meeting with the details of the agenda, venue, date and time, at least 10 days prior to this meeting. And this notice, however, can be waived subject to the formal approval of all council members. And something important here, Ian, even if the council members fail to comply with these requirements or fail to formally waive the notice, they can still ratify on a later date the meeting that was held, and this meeting will not be declared void.
Okay, that's good news. So that if you can remediate an a priori non-compliant situation, right? So can you specify which decisions are supposed to be taken by the council as part or during this meeting? Can you give us some examples?
Sure. So we can start with the decisions related to the management of the foundation assets, for instance, acquiring or selling properties or shares in other companies, or opening of bank accounts. Then the council members must also deliberate about the administration of the controllers or beneficiaries of the foundation, like appointment, resignation of the council members, the beneficiaries or the guardians, or amendment to their powers and rights as well. There are also decisions related to the supervision or sign off on the foundation's books of accounts,
Yeah.
and delegation of powers from the council members to third-party professionals, as the case may be.
Clear. And during the council meetings per se, what are the formalities that one should be aware of just to remain compliant?
So in terms of formalities, a quorum or the simple majority of the members must be present in order for the meeting to be valid. In case the foundation council is composed of 2 council members only, then both council members will have to be present at the meeting. The elected chairman will lead the meeting following the agenda, and then the council members will vote on the key topics raised at the meeting. And the decisions of the council members will be valid with the simple majority of the votes, always subject to any external approval needed from a guardian or the founder, in case they retain, of course, the reserved powers to do so.
Yeah, the mighty reserve powers. So what you just described is actually very similar to what you see in a company, and we at MHQ always try to compare foundation with companies so that people feel at ease in using the tool. So another item that is actually similar to that is, what are the post-meeting formalities? If are there any, like in a board meeting, for example?
Yes, there are. So minutes of meetings capturing key decisions and key topics discussed during the meeting will have to be produced, signed, and kept by the Foundation Council. And also the council members must obviously oversee the implementation of these decisions made at the meeting.
Okay, so still very similar to a company. And last but not least, we talk about director's duty increasingly. What about the statutory duties of council member? Are they similar? Are they different of those of company directors? What are they? What are these duties and obligations?
So the basic duties of the council members are acting always in the best interest of the foundation, of course, making the other council members aware in case of any conflict of interest. And if this is the case, then the conflicted council member shall be prevented from voting on the relevant topic, and always complying with the foundation's constitutive documents, the charter, the bylaws, and the letter of wishes.
So in other words, there is an entire recipe on how to do things the right way, before, during, and after the meeting. It is, we believe, not rocket science, yet one needs to be aware of that there are some specificities to that good governance, because these entities are to an extent supervised by the regulators, and the regulator may want to actually see these documents. So if you do run a foundation for you and your family, or plan to do so, give us a buzz. We will help out not only to set it up, but also to invite you to comply, produce these templated documents that can be followed, and be here for ad hoc adjustment here and there. Kat Zagati, thank you very much, and a good day ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks.